that frankly I'm just not the right person to try to opine on them. I mean, people are asking things like when will the pandemic end, and how can I when are we going to be able to go back to work? And frankly, I mean that's really, those are not things that I know the answer to. When will the pandemic end? I think fortunately at this point, I think governments across the world are taking it a lot more seriously and taking a lot of good steps, both on the health side and starting as well on the economic side, to try to alleviate some of the pain that's coming from this and reduce the spread. But I guess as one kind of closing thought on this is I do think to a large degree how this spreads will somewhat depend on how well we all do at respecting the guidance around social distancing and staying at home. I know a lot of people think that doesn't apply to them or that they're not at risk. But the reality is that we're not just doing this for ourselves. We're doing this because there are other people in our communities who are more vulnerable. And by staying at home, we're reducing the likelihood that we get exposed and therefore can pass it along to someone else. And I've read some of the firsthand accounts of kind of people who have it, who have the disease, or doctors and medical professionals who are treating people. It does not sound like an ordinary flu. I think it sounds like it can be significantly more severe. So I just really encourage everyone to follow the guidance from your local governments on this. I mean, I know on this live stream there are people from all over the world, so it's not just one government whose guidance I'm suggesting that you follow, but around the world, especially in the U.S. and in Western Europe and a lot of other places, the guidance at this point is please stay at home, be careful, do it not only to kind of keep yourself and your family safe, but do it to keep the whole community safe. And I think that's a really important thing. And I guess just one final thought before signing off here is I just want to give a shout out and acknowledge all of the health workers who are on the front lines fighting this. Some of the accounts that I've heard are, it's scary, but you guys are all just doing absolutely heroic work and, putting yourselves often in harm's way in order to do what's necessary to keep your community and the people around you safe. And at the end of the day, I think the efforts that you're all making are going to be a large part of why we will ultimately prevail and slow the spread. So I'm really personally grateful for this, and I can't thank you enough for the work that you're doing. So, all right, well, thank you all for tuning in for this live stream. If it's useful, maybe I'll do it again soon when we have other updates. In the meantime, I encourage you to check out the Coronavirus Information Center that we're launching shortly. It'll have good authoritative information from health sources around the world, and ways for the communities to come together and help each other. And other than that, stay safe, and I will see you soon.